Okay, this is page 429, chapter 8.2. Lesson 2, video number 2. This is the share and show. We're extending right inequalities. Okay, so write an equation for the word sentence 25 is 13 more than a number. So what operation does the phrase more than indicate? Well, that's adding. It's addition. The equation is 25. This is your is. 13 more than a number, and I don't know the number, so we're just going to call it n. The difference, you remember what difference means? Of a number is your equal, a number and 2, is, well, what is it? If I knew the value of n and subtracted 2, I'd get that. Remember, we're not solving it, we're translating it. 10 times the number of balloons. So 10 times the number of balloons. So I don't know how many balloons there are. So I'm going to call it B. Is 120. If I knew how, that's a B, not a 6. If I knew how many balloons there were and I multiplied it times 10, I would get 120. Now, here we took words and made them numbers. Here we're taking numbers and making words. So you could just say x minus 0.3 equals 1.7. You could use the difference of x and 3. Notice the equals here is going to be is. So 25 is 1/4. Remember what this means? This means 1/4 times n when it's right next to it. So another word for that is of n. 25 is 1/4 of n. So we're translating the words. Okay, we're going to write the equation. So the quotient of a number, and so here's the word is. So here's my equals. So this is one side, and then all this is going to be the other side. The quotient of, remember that's division. A number must come first because it's first in the thing, and 20.7. N divided by 20.7 is 9. 24 less than the number of snakes is. So here's my is. So this is going to be 35. This is one side. This is the other side. Remember what happens with this? Less than. So it goes to the other end. So we're going to minus 24 from something. Well, 24 less than the number of snakes. What can we call snakes? How about S? Number of snakes minus 24 is 35. 75 is. So there's my is. Is an equal. So that gives me my two sides. Here and there. So here and then all this is the other side. 18.5 more than. So more than is a plus. Some number. We're just going to call it n. D degrees warmer than 50 degrees is 78. So there's my is. So this is one side. All this is equal. This side is equal to the 78. D degrees warmer. So warmer would be plus 50. Well, how much more? D. I don't know how much more. Now we're going to write a word sentence. Here's my is. Is 1. Is that 135 or 1.35? I'm going to say 135. Is our equals. This means, remember what that means? That means time. So I can just write 15 times G is 135, or I could say the product of 15 and G is 135. It varies. Okay. Here's our is 6.6. So that's one side. Now this is one side. That divided by W divided by 3.3. Got to keep the order. Simple as that, guys. All right. This looks like a pretty hefty problem here. We'll see if I can get this done. To find out how far a car can travel on a certain amount of gas, multiply the car's fuel efficiency in miles per gallon by the gas in gallons used. Use this information in the table for 12 and 13. So, write an equation that we use to find how many miles a hybrid SUV can travel in the city on 20 gallons of gas. So remember, how far a car can travel, multiply the car's fuel efficiency. So I'm just making notes here. This is not part of it. Fuel efficiency times gallons. Okay, that'll tell you how far. So distance equals that. So write an equation and we just find out how many miles can travel in the city on 20 gallons of gas. So an SUV is right here in the city. So the distance equals gallons of gas, 20 gallons of gas, times, and it tells us 36 miles. So if I multiplied that out, I could know how far I could go on 20 gallons of gas in a hybrid SUV. A sedan traveled 504 miles on the highway on a full tank of gas. Write an equation that could be used to find the number of gallons the tank holds. So look up here, distance equals fuel efficiency times gallons. So the distance was 504, so we already know D. Efficiency times gallons. Okay, so we know the efficiency from here. Highway they want. So here's highway. So the efficiency is 28, but we don't know the gallons. Okay, that would tell me, if I could solve that equation, how many gallons I would need. Sonia was born in 1998. Carmen was born 11 years after Sonia. If you wrote an equation to find in which year Carmen was born, what operation would you use in your equation? So you might say 1998 minus 11 is equal to Carmen. Might be something you do. So you would use subtraction. Just finish this on your own.